Have you ever wondered when you try to answer, wie geht es Ihnen? You say, es geht mir gut. That means the word for good is gut. But when you want to wish someone good morning, you say guten Morgen. Why not gut Morgen? And interestingly, when you say good night, you say gute Nacht. And when you want to say during good weather, you say bei gutem Wetter. So you can see there's one adjective gut which is taking multiple endings. And if adjective endings make your brain hurt, then you're not alone. So most of the students, they memorize random tables and then they forget after 2 days. But in this episode, I'm gonna show you the logic behind adjective ending tables. And once you understand the system, the German grammar becomes predictable. Welcome back to my channel Deutschflix, where native speakers sound less scary day by day.
Wie alt bist du?
24.
24. Wo kommst du her, 24?
Wir Frankfurt.
Sind Sie bereit? Los geht's. Adjective Endungen, adjective endings. Now what you learnt at A1, if you want to say my car is new, you say mein Auto ist neu. But this sentence can also be rephrased as I have a new car. So can I say ich habe ein neues Auto? Nein, das ist falsch. That is wrong. So the rule says whenever an adjective comes before a noun, so can you see the adjective neu? It is coming before a noun, which is auto in our case. Then you have to apply some ending to it. Now in order to make this correct, I'll say ich habe ein neues Auto. So in English, new remains new, but in German, whenever this word new comes before a noun, then you have to apply some ending to it. And this adjective ending depends on the gender of the noun, as well as if we have definite article, indefinite article, or if there's no article. So I have categorized this into 3. Firstly, we'll take a look at how adjectives behave when we have bestimmte article, when we have unbestimmte article, and when we have ohne article, like if there's no article at all. Examples, if you want to say the new car. Now will I apply an adjective ending here? Firstly, you should question yourself. Is the adjective coming before noun? Yes. We have to apply some ending to it. And we'll say das neue Auto. If I want to say a new car, so it will be ein neues Auto. And if I want to say new car, like if there's no article at all, then I say neues Auto. Since this is the part 1 of the series, we are going to take a look at the table when we have bestimmte article, how adjectives behave. Now let us quickly create a table of bestimmte article for all the genders in all the cases, nominative, accusative, dative. Now this is something you already know. In nominative we have der, das, tt. In accusative case only masculine gender change. Der to den, rest all will be same, das, tt. And in dative case, der and das, they both change to den. And d changes to der and d changes to den plus n. Now significance of this n is that it gets attached to the noun. Now let me take one adjective. Let's take small. The German word for small is klein. So this K is small. Do not think it's capital. Now what we'll do is we'll apply some ending to all the adjectives. In our case it is klein. Now see, I'll write E here, kleine, here, here, and then here also. Now this will form a shape of a knife. How? See. Now the adjectives which are left will write en. Now if you take a closer look, you'll see that if we have definite article and we have plural, then the adjective ending is en. En. Also, if the case is dative, you just have to close your eyes and write en, irrespective of the gender of the noun or if it is singular or plural. So this will be our observation. Let me write it. So in plural, adjectives will be en, and then in dative case, adjectives will take en as an ending. Now what adjective is left where we have en? This accusative one. Now how will I remember this? You can see here we have den. So adjective will be kleinen. So this is rhyming, right? Den, kleinen. So I'm leaving this to you how you want to memorize creating this table. But what you should never forget is that dative and plural adjective ending will be en. This will help you in speaking, this will help you in writing. Now in case of bestimmte article, people say adjective endings here are weak. So we have weak adjective endings. Now what do I mean by weak adjective endings? Now whatever I'm about to say, that will make sense to you once you have completely immersed yourself in this topic and you've watched the entire series. Adjectives and the article, they work as a team. Their job is to show the case, the gender, and the number. And in this table, the article is clearly telling me what is the case, what is the gender, and what is the number. And hence adjective endings are weak here. And in the next two videos you will see adjective endings will be strong. Now I'll write few sentences and your job is to pick the adjective and fill it in the blanks. So we'll discuss this in 5 seconds. You can pause the video. Now I'll teach you how to find the right adjective. You have to follow 3 steps. So you have to see which table to refer, which case is this, and what is the gender of the noun. Okay, we have der Lücke Hund. Now if I see der, that is obvious, right? I have to refer bestimmte article table. Now what is the case? I'm saying the small dog. So it's not a meaningful sentence, right? So if it is not meaningful, you will go with nominative case. Okay, so far bestimmte article and nominative case. But I have kleine, kleinen. Which one to pick? Now for that, gender of the noun. So gender, if you take a look at dictionary, you will see Hund is der Hund and it is singular. So that means I will pick this one, der kleine Hund. Now in the next sentence, once again, which table to refer? So den is telling me this is the, which means definite article table I have to refer. Next is the case. What is the case? Now haben is being conjugated according to ish. subject is in nominative case. So what is this den lykke Hund? This entire thing will be accusative case. Why accusative? Because direct object. But in accusative row we have kleinen, kleine, kleine, kleinen. Which one to pick? Now for that, once again gender. So gender is masculine, der Hund. So you go to the accusative row and gender is masculine, you'll see the answer kleinen. Next sentence, once again which table to refer? Dem is telling me bestimmte article table to refer. Now what is the case? Now mit is dative preposition. So case is dative. And what is the gender of our noun? Hund is masculine, der. So which adjective to pick? We'll pick this one, kleinen. Now the problem is, maybe while writing you can follow steps, but while speaking, this will help you. That whenever you see dative case and plural, adjective ending will be en. Close your eyes and fill en. So here we have dative case dem, so adjective ending will be en. Also if it is accusative, den, so adjective ending will rhyme with the article, den kleinen. And rest all will be just a at the end. Kleine Hund, der kleine Hund. So once you do a lot of practice, then only you'll be able to apply correct adjective ending while speaking or while writing. After doing a lot of exercises, I'm telling you, you do not need this entire table. So if you have understood this, I have one practice exercise. So you can use dictionary for the original article and just follow the steps and apply the correct ending to the adjectives which is given in brackets. We'll discuss this in 5 seconds. You can pause the video. Let me quickly write down the original article for all the nouns. You might be thinking, why did I do that? Because we are already given the article der, das, die. But the problem is, what if we have dative case? For example, here it is written der and then Frau. But the original article of Frau is die. So with the help of original article, we are trying to understand the gender of that particular noun. So for Frau, I have written die. So that means Frau is feminine. Now here it is written der, doesn't mean Frau's gender will be changed. It becomes masculine now. No, it's not like that. Frau is feminine. Now in all the examples, we have to follow bestimmte article table, right? Because we have definite article. So we just have to understand the case. So first off, der lykke Hund spielt im Garten. So we have to say the small dog plays in the garden. Now spielen being conjugated according to der lykke Hund, right? So this becomes the subject which is in nominative case. And also in nominative we have der. So the answer will be der kleine Hund. Since the blank is small, I'll just change the adjective here itself. Kleine. Now Nummer 2. Ich sehe den lykke Mann an der Bushaltestelle. So I'm seeing the man at the bus stop. Either you follow the steps or we have den here. So adjective ending has to rhyme. So it will be alten. So sehen is being conjugated according to ich. Ich is in nominative case. So the old man is in accusative case. This is the direct object. You should also know the case, okay? Nummer 3. Die lykke Tasche liegt auf dem Tisch. So we have to fill rot, which means red. So our answer will be die rote Tasche liegt auf dem Tisch. Nominative case. Nummer 4. Wir helfen der Lücke Frau mit den Koffer. We are helping the lady with the luggage. We are helping the lady with the luggage. So we have to fill net, nice. The moment you see dative case, you have to fill adjective ending en. Netten. But why do we have dative? Because this verb helfen, it is strictly dative verb. You should not forget helfen. Nummer 5, das Lücke Kind lernt Deutsch. We have to fill intelligent. So the intelligent child is learning German. So first part is the subject, lernen being conjugated according to Kind. So it becomes subject. So clearly this is nominative case. Intelligenter. Nummer 6, kauft. The moment you see den, adjective ending has to rhyme. So it will be teuren. But this is special case. You might have filled here this word, teuren. But the pronunciation here becomes lengthy. So instead of saying teuren, what Germans do is they say teuren. And the spelling is T-E-U. Now instead of having this E, they say R-A-N. So it happens with the adjective that take the ending either ER or EL. One example for ER we already discussed, teuer, but let's take another adjective, sauer, which means sour. So if I want to say the sour lemon, what I do is I forget about this E and then I apply some ending. The sour lemon will be die saure Zitrone. So you can see I have removed this extra E. And adjectives which are ending in EL. Examples, dunkel, which means dark, or flexibel, which means flexible. So here also I forget about this E and simply apply an ending to the adjective. For example, the dark room will be das dunkle Zimmer. So back to our exercise. So our answer will be kauft den teuren Laptop morgen. By the way, for laptop we can also say das Laptop, and we can say kauft das teure Laptop morgen. Nummer 7, we have dative case. Adjective ending will be en. So, ich fahre mit dem schnellen Auto zur Arbeit. I drive with the fast car to the work. So, in Nummer 8 also we have dative case. So, this den and then extra n attached to the noun. That is dative plural. So, adjective ending will be en, Jungen. Die Lehrerin erklärt den jungen Schülern die Grammatik. The teacher is explaining the young students the grammar. Even if you were not aware of the dative case, here we have plural. So, in plural, adjective ending will be en, irrespective of the case. Nummer 9. Auf dem Lückestuhl sitzt mein Bruder. Clearly dative case because of the preposition auf. So our answer will be bequemen, comfortable. So on the comfortable chair, who is sitting? My brother is sitting. Nummer 10. Ich mag die Lücke Musik aus Deutschland. In brackets we have modern. So it means I like the modern music from Germany. Adjective ending will be e. But you should know the case. Mögen being conjugated according to ish. Ish is in nominative case. So that means this die Musik part, that is the direct object, that will take what case? That will take accusative case. We'll go back to our previous page. So here adjective endings are weak, and in dative case and in plural adjective ending is en, and for rest of the adjectives adjective ending is e, and which forms a shape of a knife. In accusative case, we have adjective ending en. So adjective ending rhymes with the article. So here you just have to play between e and en ending. And when do we apply an ending to an adjective? Only when it comes before a noun. At the end of the sentence, you do not have to apply an adjective ending. For example, if you're saying my house is old, now the word for old is alt. It is coming at the end of the adjective and there is no noun after it. So you do not require adjective ending. In case you're still struggling with understanding case system in German, nominative, accusative, dative case, you can watch my video. You can go to my A1 playlist. And that's a wrap on adjective Endungen part 1, where we just discussed how adjectives behave when we have bestimmte article. And in the next episode, we'll discuss how the ending looks like when we have indefinite article, unbestimmte article. Stay tuned. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.
Like and subscribe.